Everybody, I'm Mike.
And I'm Tim.
And this is the Board Game Rundown, and we are live from our basements because we lay the foundation for game coverage.
Yeah, we do.
How we doing on this fine Wednesday evening?
Oh my gosh. Happy to be here. We just got through Christmas. Hopefully you had a great one. I had a great one. Hopefully everybody watching had a nice holiday weekend, celebrating, not celebrating, doing whatever you like to do during this time of the year. I hope it's been great for everybody.
Looks like we got everybody here. We got Jazz, Andrew, we got Nick's in the house.
Yes.
Oh
yes.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Before we get too far, we just want to say to anybody that is not watching this live and is watching it later, we promise you a list in an hour. We will give you our 90 through 81 in right around an hour. You might see a 2.5 to 3 hour video and think, what did I just sign up for? We will give you the meat and potatoes all up front. We goof off after the top 10. You can stay around for that if you want to. If you don't, we understand.
Yes.
But
yes.
The business in front, the party in the back. This is the mullet show.
Yeah.
Where there's just a lot more mullet than cleanly shaven, trimmed up here.
Cleanly shaven. Yeah, man. I see Andrew's plant was shut down this week. Awesome. Good news for you. I work in a welding retail store, so we were still open. But that's okay. We were off Christmas Day and we'll be off New Year's Day. So I get 2 3-day weekends in a row. Love that. But hey, I like doing what I do. Glad to have it. Mike's on vacation, so he's been just lounging around, doing nothing.
Hanging out with my dog.
Not playing Dead by Daylight with us. Every day I get a message from Mike in our group chat for Dead by Daylight. All right, boys, we're going to play tonight. Let's squad up. Awesome. 8 o'clock. Mike, where you at? Huh?
Hey, there have been a couple times it's been the other way around first.
Where you at, Mike?
It was the other way around first.
Nix, I was able to eat Christmas dinner. I'm still a little tender. I thought this would kind of be over with by now. But I can still feel the stitches back here. And like when I go to eat, depending on when I take my medicine, I can't always open my mouth like all the way. I don't have like a huge mouth or anything. I'm loud. I don't have a big mouth though. And like I'll go to like take a bite of something. I'll be like, like it just still kind of feels creaky. I don't know. Whatever.
Creaky jaws is what he's saying.
I got creaky better than leaky drawers, I guess.
That's true. That's very true.
But I am pouring myself a bourbon tonight. So let's get that out of the way. Let's real quick before we get into our list. I just want to if anybody has a moment of time to support another content creator. We have Grant Lyon. For some reason, his channel has been taken off of YouTube, and he doesn't know why. Honestly, I've watched a ton of Grant's videos. I've never seen anything on any of Grant's videos that would warrant getting his channel taken down. So he's asked that if anybody is inclined to do so, to go to Twitter and tweet at YouTube. If you go to Grant's Facebook page, you can see some of the details. It's been shared, in different like Facebook groups online and everything. If you need help finding it. But Grant Lyon, really nice dude, stand-up comedian. He did a quick interview with us over at the booth. But just a nice dude. We have a lot of mutual friends in the hobby. I kind of wish I knew him more, or a little better, because he's funny and I like comedians. But anyways, I think it's horrible what's happening to him. I don't know why his stuff's been taken down. He doesn't know why.
Yeah,
By all accounts,
he's replied to like the emails he's gotten from YouTube, and they're just like clearly bot answers, and he wasn't getting
yeah,
anywhere.
yeah.
And he apparently tagged them on Twitter, and it looks like he's actually getting a human to respond to him. So hopefully he gets somewhere soon. But yeah, the guy's channel was yanked down for like legitimately no reason.
Right, right. So that scares the heck out of me. Like if that happened to us, I'd be devastated. So I just put myself in those shoes. And we probably say way dumber and more controversial stuff than Grant ever has on his channel. So like, dude does not deserve that. And, you know, it's not only something he's passionate about, but I mean, it is, I'm sure he draws income from that, you know? And so, you know, it's messing with his livelihood. It's messing with, you know, his hobby, you know, and yeah, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And yeah, Andrew, I probably do talk too much. And so it's not like that jaw's getting rest. Hey, I sleep like 7 hours a night. That should be enough. Oh wait, I talk in my sleep too. Never mind. Not good enough.
Wow.
Not good enough.
Nope, apparently not enough.
All right, let's I'm going to do the setup for our list, Mike, and then we can just hop right into them. So, as you know, hey Pamela, what's up? She's been like getting a whole bunch of games, and I've been watching like her Facebook posts of all the games she's been playing. I'm super jelly, but she's having a great time. It looks like, so awesome. So if you're watching the regular channel where we do stuff in studio, you see we've been doing our top 50 games of all time. We rated them using PubMeeple, and you know PubMeeple gives you a this or that choice, and so Mike and I both, I believe, kind of go the same way. Optimal situation, optimal player count. No, you know, I don't have to worry about teaching it. Like we can all play it, and it's you know, good player count and no time restriction, right? So you're just best situation for each game. Which game would I rather play? Blah blah blah. Boom. So because that's in the studio and that's the top 50, we are doing here our 101 because of 101 proof. Down to 51. So
Correct.
That's that.
That's it. So 100 games. It's been a couple weeks since we've done these. We had Jeff 2 weeks ago, and then of course we did our holiday game list last week. So we're gonna get back to our top 100. Although there is definitely a chance that we'll have more breaks before we even finish and get down to our number 51. I'm sure.
It just kind of depends. I mean, we had a good opportunity to have Jeff Irving on. I like him as a human being. I think he's a cool dude, and actually like talk to him outside of like he's a dude that if we had on to talk like more, like that dude's seen some stuff. He's done some stuff. Like he's been around. He's got some great stories. Yeah, if the opportunity comes along to have somebody like that on the show, we're going to take it. These lists will be here, but
yeah, and if you're watching, hit that thumb. And if you're watching and you're not subbed, please do. We appreciate it. We do this every Wednesday. We got lots of studio content as well, which is you know, reviews and more top 10s and all that fun stuff.
I'll say it. I don't expect anybody to do it, but I'll say it. Feel free to leave a super chat if you want. That is a thing that is available. It's happened. It's happened a few times. But you know, whatever. We're happy to be here. We're happy you're here, and I'm happy to get into my list. Mike, are you ready for my number 90? Let's do it.
Yes,
I'm getting into the list before we hit that 10-minute mark.
Nice. We're getting into this list quick and dirty. Our transitions are not going to line up with the actual number. We don't have 100 of these things. So that's fine. The banner will be correct. It's time for number 90. It's that we can't have 100 of those.
I've no interest in doing it myself. I'm not going to ask you to do it. Okay. So my number 90 is it is a reprint of an old game, but it's new to me. I guess last year, Nightmare Productions by Trick or Treat Studios, Reiner Knizia. I forget what the other, what is it, like Hollywood something was the original one. And basically what you're doing in this game is you are trying to assemble you know, a lead monster for your movie, a director, a script, um, what is it, like a set? I forget the other things that you're trying to get, and you're building out your film strip to make your movie. And so you're trying to make all these different movies by going through. Basically, you go through the board a few times, right? You see the board, you're bidding on those tiles, you're getting those tiles, you're adding them to your film strips. And so in the original one, you're kind of making like golden age Hollywood movies. This one, you're making horror movies, which is right up my alley. I love it. And so I really enjoy this game. I enjoy the theme of it. There's an award for making the worst horror movie, which is amazing. There's awards for, you know, and there's various awards for like the best movies and stuff. So anyways, Nightmare Productions, Trick or Treat Studios did a really good job making this game. This started sort of, they did a game with some dudes that we met that I personally like a lot. They made Shadowgate. That's Chris Gaizat. And now I'm forgetting his co-designer's name, and I really am sorry. He's an awesome dude. Anyways, but Trick or Treat picked up Shadowgate. And then, so I kind of started like loitering at the Trick or Treat booth at Gen Con and saw that they had this Nightmare Productions game. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I actually begged them to sell me their last copy that they had at the show. And they were worried. They didn't really want to do it. They were worried about it because it there was potential for some water damage because they had like an issue. I was like, I don't care. Just sell it to me anyways. So I bought it, did a video on it, played it, loved it. I think it does play at 2 players. I'm pretty sure I played this at 2 players. It's not optimal at 2, Jeff. But I'll go. Well, you got the BGG up, Mike. Look at the BGG and tell me what it says as far as.
Maybe it shows that most auction games are not optimal at 2. Yeah, it does support 2.
Because when I played this the first time, I learned it with Spencer. And Spencer and I were playing it, and I thought, "Oh, this is pretty fun."
I could see this working at 2. I actually have another auction game on this 10 that works at 2. So yeah, I could see that, but I'm sure it's better at 3 now.
But it was very playable. I learned it very easily, and we had a good time. Spencer and I even just alone had a good time playing it at 2 because then we immediately went and played it at 4, like. Basically as soon as we were done, because the guys were shooting a video while Spencer and I were learning this game. They finished. Spencer and I went over, taught the game, and played it. So anyways, I've become a fan of Trick or Treat Studios because they've done Texas Chainsaw Massacre that I really like. They've done Halloween that I really like. I've got a game of theirs we're going to have to get played and reviewed called Creature Feature. They've got a Child's Play game coming out that I'm excited about, and they've got a House of a Thousand Corpses game that I'm excited about.
That all sounds awesome.
They've just got like a bunch of cool stuff coming out. I'm very excited about it. So anyways, bunch of good games. But Nightmare Productions, it lands at 90. And if you want to see my favorite game of theirs, you're going to have to watch my top 50 list. But Mike.
Yeah.
What's your 90?
Good pick. I got to review that one with you, and I enjoyed that one quite a bit.
You like auction
game. Yes, it's a Reiner Knizia auction game. You had me there. But it's really solid, and of course the theme is fantastic. Okay, so this is one you talked about. My number 90 is a Game of Thrones Catan.
Nice.
And this is because I haven't played Starfarers, but I really enjoy Catan. And so this is the one that holds up for me, but this one has that semi-co-op element where you're also trying to defend the wall. And it's not like super impactful, but it's impactful enough to where if you build near that wall, you're thinking about it. You know what I mean? Like you actually have to be cognizant of what the wildlings are doing. It's Brotherhood of the Watch is technically, there we go, 2017 release. Brotherhood of the Watch. I know this was in your 90s. Again, this is just my favorite version of Catan.
It was my 91.
Yeah, but if you do and you like Game of Thrones, you don't have to be a super fan of Game of Thrones to appreciate this game. It just kind of adds that wall element where there's something on this side, on that side, and if you're building up there, you're going to have to help defend it, or they can come
Mm-hmm.
in and they can destroy your cities and stuff. So
Can and will.
it actually is something you have to pay attention to. So I think this theme works really well with this game, and I like the core gameplay of Catan. So there you go. That
It's a
is
winner.
my number 90. Yeah, it's really fun. Alrighty, number 89.
Mm. Dave, does it make Catan good?
You have to enjoy Catan. If you don't, then no.
This one, just what Mike said. I will say Starfarers 1,000,000% will win over the anti-Catan people. That's my go-to if people don't like Catan. Mike and I actually do like Catan, so there's that. Anyways, my number 89 was in my top 50 last year. But it's
which
moved,
I have up, so I can confirm.
Which I'm pretty sure was in my top 50 last year. My number 89 is Twilight Imperium. Doesn't matter. I own second edition. It could be third edition if somebody had it. I've got the old coffin box. Twilight Imperium is a really good game. It's got a reputation for being a long game, but again, we're talking about maximum player or optimal player count with infinite amount of time, right? So for me, one of my favorite games of Twilight Imperium, we played a 6-player game in 3 hours. Everybody knew how to play. There was very little teach because we just kind of updated from second edition to third edition. So there was like a few like rule tweaks, and I don't even remember what they are now. But I mean, it's a really, really, really good war game if you like that sort of thing. Not for everybody. I loved it. I think it's great. I enjoy it quite a bit. It's way down on my list though, just because I don't always have the time. I don't always want to commit a minimum of 3 hours to a game. Like, even if it's like, oh, I have all day. Sometimes I don't want to spend all day playing one game. If I've got all day to play games, I'd almost rather play 10 games, versus 2 games, no matter how good they are. But anyways, Twilight Imperium, third edition, second edition, whatever. I own second edition. I'll play third. Don't care. Either one. Really enjoy it. I like the epic sort of, game there and enjoy it quite a bit.
I still need to play it. You had it at number 33 last year.
Okay.
It is not on BGA, Andrew. No. Not to my knowledge, at least. That would be very long. Okay, my number 89 is on BGA though, and that is Beyond the Sun. We got to review this one last year. We played Bob's copy, and I really like this one. It is really like Tech Tree the game. And you're basically using like these tech actions to give yourself new worker placement spots. You kind of start off with like these very basic worker placement spots on this part of the board, but you're going to gain tech advancements that give you new ones, and then level 2s, level 3s, level 4s. And so you just gradually get better actions available to you. Meanwhile, you're playing this mini game over here of building up ships and moving them to these different planets to colonize them for points. You're also working your player board, which is giving you like people or ore. The people can be turned into ships or they're used for techs. The ore allows you to use some of these techs. So yeah, Beyond the Sun, Tech Tree, the game.
Man, it's a great game.
Really, really good. I rated it very highly when we played it. Now I've been playing it more on BGA, and yeah, I've been playing it quite a bit on there. It's very fun. I definitely am very curious on what the expansion adds, because my one knock on this game, you can start to feel a bit samey after you play it a few times. It kind of feels like, hey, build out my techs until I have the ones I need to help me colonize the planets. And that's what you do each game. So I still enjoy it a lot. I still been playing it on BGA regularly, but I do want to see the expansion and see if it keeps it fresh for me. But Beyond the
True.
Sun is still fantastic. Number 89.
I have not played this in a while, but I really did like it quite a bit. Look at that. Dean says, no need to get the physical copy. I've only played it on BGA. All right.
All right. I know. It's like it makes it a very convenient way to play some of these games.
It does.
All righty, Tim, number 88.
All right. My number 88 is new to me this year, but this is by no means a new game. I really like tactical minis games. It's just part of my background is when I'm getting into gaming. And so I had a buddy come into town from he lives in North Carolina now. He was my old game master. And I knew he was familiar with this game. And I said, hey man, if you teach me how to play God Tier, I will pop the shrink off of any of the stuff I have. And so yeah, we busted out God Tier, took an afternoon, played it. And really neat, really interesting. I kind of enjoy the strategies and the tactics and the way that you can like build your teams with different factions. If I could paint worth a lick, I'd be painting these suckers up because the minis are beautiful. But it's really cool. It's very accessible. The learning curve is very easy. It's not overly complicated. There's just like some timing things that I had to get used to between the two phases. So there's like two phases. And other than that, it's pretty straightforward. You're just going, you're just doing whatever the objectives are, whether it's, getting points for holding objectives or knocking out dudes. But really interesting because what you're going to do is you can take like two different kind of factions and you're going to have you basically have like 6 figures on the board, and then you're going to figure out the ways that they synergize, right? And then can kind of play off each other and give you different things. And I know that there's like tournaments for this, and there's people that play it like uber competitively, and I could see it just playing it with my buddy, and it's like, oh yeah, when a game just starts to click and you just start seeing the matrix in it. This was one of those games, and I just started seeing all the possibilities.
And these minis look bonkers.
Oh, dude, they're freaking amazing. They really are. But yeah, I really enjoyed God Tier quite a bit. I kind of wish more people knew about it, at least up in our area. I guess it's big.
I don't know much about it.
I guess it's big down in Raleigh, North Carolina, because that's where my buddy lives, and he has played in a few of those tournaments, and he's at least, and he sees them because he plays a lot of Warhammer, so he's seen them all going while he's in there.
Stuff for this game.
Oh, there's so much stuff. I've got a shelf full of stuff for it. So God Tier is really cool, really good, and I look forward to getting it back to the table and playing it some more.
Yeah, I've heard of it. That's about it. That's all I know. Glad to hear it's good. I'll play it sometime. I want to play more of these kind of games. So I really like territory control. So, but if you're gonna throw one at me, we gotta play GKR.
Oh yeah, we do.
That's the one I want to play.
I got GKR rated a lot higher than God Tier.
I know you're gonna be talking about it Sunday. Alrighty, my number 88. This one's been out for a little while, and everybody knows this one. It is Horrified. This one actually made my top 50 last year. And I think it's really the theme that does it for me. Like, I mean, yeah, this game does feel very much like Pandemic, but it's just more fun because you're trying to stay away from old Universal Studio monsters. And those monsters give you these fun little mini games that you're trying to solve. And that is, to me, where this game shines, is that the mix of monsters you throw into the game completely changes the different mini games that you're trying to solve. And that's what I enjoy so much about Horrified is the mini games. And I've just had a lot of success showing this to people that don't game a lot. Yep, it's great during the holidays. I've gotten it played around this time of year a lot. A lot of people really appreciate it, and yeah, I still enjoy it quite a bit. I haven't played it as much recently because I played a lot more co-ops this year, actually, which is good. And I discovered my favorite of all time, which is Sky Team. But yeah, I definitely dig some co-op games. This is one of them. I want to try. Yeah, mixing up how many monsters you play with, depending on the difficulty of the monsters. Yep, there's a ton of yes. There's so many fan-made monsters on BGG. There are, gosh, probably 50 plus at this point. Easily, it is very well supported on BGG. And all of the mini games just look really, really cool. I mean, I could actually go into them and show you. There are so many. You go down to the files. Yeah, here you go. Here's the newest one. A Phantom of the Opera has been added.
Man, I'd love to
And
play
then
that one.
and then look at these. I'm like, I've looked at these before and they're legit, dude. They have their own unique mini game going on. It just yeah, it's a fun system. It's a fun game. I really enjoy Horrified. I got to play it again. And I want to get one of the newer ones too. I don't have any of them but the original. So,
Yeah, I like Horrified quite a bit. It kind of like what Nick said. I like that you can just ramp up the difficulty by throwing in as many monsters as you want, and the different combinations make it difficult. And I
yeah,
would love to play the Phantom of the Opera one. I like that musical.
yeah, there's yeah, Dean, there's tons of it in there. I mean, that was just the most recent one. When was that added? Oh, that's actually an older one. I'm not sure why it showed up at the top of the list, but there are so many. The Fly, The Blob,
Oh
Headless
yeah,
Horseman, Children of the Damned, um, Scubafied, The Thing from Another World. There's so much stuff in BGG for this game. So, yeah, check it out for sure. There's a lot.
that's
Especially if you
awesome.
print your own stuff and you want to try some of it on there. There's endless content. It's insane. So there you
That
go. My
is
number 88. Made it in my top 50 last year. I think like high 40s. Should
yeah.
be able to know. I can find out. Number 47 last
There you
year.
go.
All righty. Let's get to our 87s.
All right, my 87. Oh gosh, who designed it? It's a famous designer. I'm drawing a blank. It might be no, I don't remember who it is. I don't want to say the wrong name. I really, really like this game. I finally bought it for myself as I was playing other people's copies, and that is Equinox.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
I really like.
Reiner
Is it
Knizia.
a Reiner Knizia? I thought
Yes.
that's who I wanted to say. That's my second Reiner Knizia game so far.
Wow.
Tonight. I had Ra on our last one, so that's 3 Reiner Knizia games. Anyways, Equinox is really cool because they got like these mythological creatures, right? And you're kind of trying to bid on which one you think is going to make it all the way to the end. And so you're playing these cards, trying to keep your creatures alive while extinguishing others. So then, ruining other people's chances of scoring points. And it's just a really fun game. The art is amazing. The components are really nice. It's a good price point for everything you get in the game. And yeah, I've just really enjoyed this. This would be a game when I first played it. My sister's friend Lonnie had a play map for it that looked stunning. And I was like, I always am kind of like, I don't want to play mat. but then I see play mats and I'm like, I kind of want to play mat. This was one
Well,
where I
this game-
definitely wanted to play mat.
Let's see that. The art on this game, this is from Plan
Oh.
B Games, by the way. The components and the art are fantastic. Both versions. This is the original version. They also have this Golem version, which is really cool. Yeah, good pick. My only problem is I haven't played this one enough, but I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it. It's bidding in a way I just haven't seen before.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's
you're
really
like
unique.
because you're almost kind of trying to predict like how long that card can also stay alive before it gets
Yes.
knocked out. And
But
that
you
just
have
makes it very different than anything I've seen in bidding.
and the way that you play your cards, right, can help prolong that. You know, what like so it's
Right.
not just luck, you know, there's control you've got a
Yeah.
lot of, you know,
You can
control
help
in that.
block so that your card stays alive longer that you've got a
Yeah.
bid on. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
you can snuff
fantastic.
out other, you know, creatures so it
Yeah.
triggers that you move down to the next row. Yeah, it's great. I love this game. It's really good. It's beautiful. All those things.
Yeah. That's a really good pick. I like this one a lot. I just haven't played it enough. I only got to play it one time. Really good game though. Okay, so I talked about one co-op. Let's go to another co-op. This one is new to me. I also know it is one of Tim's all-time favorite games. And Tim, this year I finally got to play Defenders of the Realm.
Whoop, whoop. It is.
Yes.
It
And
is.
man, this I can see why this game is so beloved. Because you are basically just these fantasy heroes trying to thwart off
Mhm.
monsters.
Mhm.
And yeah, you're kind of doing so in a pandemic sort of style, just going out in different areas and defending them. And I guess what makes this game so much fun is it's not just removing cubes off of the map. You actually have these monsters and you have to roll dice and you may fail and not defeat them. But when you do, it's so awesome, and everybody around the table is just absolutely loving it. You're always into everybody else's roles. The communication between everybody in the team is really good. I played this for the first time this year, and yeah, I can confirm this game is very fun.
This game, I liked Pandemic until I played this game, and then I've never wanted to play Pandemic again. And that's
I mean,
nothing against was it Lehman, you know, that made Pandemic. He made an
yeah,
iconic,
right.
you know, cornerstone game.
Leacock.
Leacock. But this by Richard Lanius, Eagle Griffin Games, just destroyed Pandemic for me. It really did. Like I want to play this one.
Well,
Or
I had it.
Defenders of the Last Stand is also really good as well.
It's funny because I had it one spot above Horrified, which also kind of uses that system as well. But this is the most fun version of all those that I played. The dice rolling combat just really, really works well. It makes it very exciting when you succeed at defeating the monsters. That system really makes it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
Defenders of the Realm, new to me this year. I just want to play it some more. It's a lot of fun. All right. Number 86.
all right. So as a kid, I used to rent a lot of movies, right? Because that was like the thing. You go to the, you know, the video store. I was never a Blockbuster guy. Don't give me the Blockbuster stuff.
Family Video?
Family Video or Hollywood Video, which is what we had up here. There was a drugstore. I say a drugstore. It's kind of like a pharmacy, Walgreensy kind of thing. We had up here called Farmore, Pharmor. Farmore.
That.
You could rent movies for like 50 cents. Okay. And you could rent as many as you wanted. So I would go through and like find all of like as many of the Friday the 13th movies in a row as I could. And you'd have like a week to watch them, right? So I just like watch them all in a row, like find all these things and watch them all in a row. Cause I never wanted to watch, you know, part 5 if I haven't seen part 4. You know what I mean? Here's the exception to that rule. I have never played the original version of Massive Darkness, but I have played Massive Darkness 2 Hellscape, and that is my number 86. This is a really good take on a dungeon crawler, and I love the way that the AI for the monsters work. The miniatures are fantastic. when the first Massive Darkness came out, I was very much into Descent Second Edition, very much into it. And so like, I was like, I don't need that junk. I got my Descent. I'm very happy with it. Blah, 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 right? Not interested. Had an opportunity to check out Massive Darkness 2 and was like, oh my God, this is really fun. This is really good. I really like it. I want to keep playing it. So yeah, Massive Darkness 2, Hellscape, really fun. And I just enjoy it quite a bit. And again, the miniatures are really neat. It's unique enough from Descent that it stands out. I have both in my collection. I'll keep both in my collection. I bought a few of the expansions, like little small like expansions for Massive Darkness 2. I will probably continue to add to that. I want to get it played more. But yeah, it's just really cool. And again, I really enjoy the way their AI works. It's really good. So Massive Darkness 2. Yeah, it's cool looking. The minis are awesome. Yeah, I want to play it again right now.
I didn't get to review that one, so I haven't played it.
That might have been before Mike.
Shortly after, I believe.
Oh, was it? Okay.
I think so. Okay, my number 86. I just think this is an underrated game. Nobody really played or gave any kind of love because of the theme. This is from Gale Force 9, and this is Sons of Anarchy, Men of Mayhem. I have got to get you to play this game with me, Tim.
I gotta play it.
This game does not work for a lot of gamers because you're playing as motorcycle clubs, and at the end of the day, most money wins. And it's funny. It actually bears a resemblance to The Godfather, Corleone's Empire from Eric Lang, because really what this is it's a worker placement game, and you're sending your guys out to these locations, and you're gaining the benefits of those locations by using like an action selection system. So you can move, you can exploit a territory, you can fight. So what's interesting is you move to an area, you don't automatically get to use it. Your guy stays there. Another player could move their guys to that territory. We can't exploit that territory now. You have to battle before you get to use those territories. And I think the combat is interesting. All of your guys give you a certain amount of strength. You can use guns, which automatically eliminate one of the other players' guys on that territory. And then if you win the combat, then you automatically afterwards get to exploit that territory for its actions. And so you're and then at the end of like the actions phase, there's also this like market phase. And I love that in games where you're using these contraband tokens here. Everybody puts one in their fist and then shows them. Depending how many of them are shown, you make money and you sell them for that much. Well, if there's too many of them, you flooded the market and they're not worth as much. So you can see where there's like a cutoff. I want to say it's like 5 in say a 3-player game. So like, okay, well, if everybody does 2, then they're not going to be worth as much. But if we stay at 5 or less, they'll be selling for more. And so there's an interesting combat for the worker placement spots. It's got that market phase that I really like, and it's most money wins. And you can barter too. You can say, hey, I'll give you money if you don't come attack me at this spot. There's trading.
Nice.
You can give up money. You can trade guns. It just does a lot of things that I like. I just think that because of it being about the Sons of Anarchy TV show, it didn't do as well, but I will tell you, it's a fantastic game.
So when this one came out, I think I dismissed it initially, not just because it was Sons of Anarchy, but it was like a lot of times games just based on a TV show are just cash grabs and not like real games. And that's maybe not fair, but I'm just going to just get on I'll just say that. I'll just put that out there blindly. But I had a buddy that was into the show. I'd never watched the show. I had a buddy that was in the show, loved the game, vouched for the game. He's like, no, this game's actually really good. Then just this last year, I watched season 1 of the show, really enjoyed it. I haven't watched anything beyond that. I got distracted, but I was like, oh, this is really good. I need to play that Sons of Anarchy game eventually. It sounds good. Yeah. So everybody keeps telling me it's good. I haven't heard anybody say it's bad. Honestly, everybody that I've talked to that's played it is like, oh yeah, that game's actually really good.
It's like, been one of those games where like, I know if we're going to be gaming and we have time to play anything, I'll just keep throwing it in the bag and eventually we'll get it played.
Hell yeah.
It's a lot
We'll make that happen. We'll make that happen.
All right. On to number 85.
All right. When I say this, it's going to sound negative, but it's not negative because I love all of these games, obviously, because it's still within my top 100. My least favorite Clank is my number 85, and that is Clank in Space. I really like Clank. I love Clank. I love Clank in Space. I love Clank Catacombs. I love them all. Clank in Space is really cool. The great thing about Clank in Space is it gives you the modular board, that you can mix up the layout a little bit. It kind of fixes some of the problems that people had with regular Clank, where you're just like dip down in the dungeon and rush out. It's harder to rush the end.
Yeah, it's not as punishing on the people that go the long strategy. In the original one, it was you could die very easily. In this one, it's a lot more difficult to die.
But for me, that would never bother me in the fantasy version. Again, this is like, I love them all. I love them all. This one just happened to fall at 85. So by that designation, it is my lowest rated one. Oh, Dean, I have not played Legacy yet. Own it. Haven't played Legacy. And I don't know why, Dean. I like the original Clank better than Clank in Space. That's my second favorite Clank, and my first favorite Clank is Legacy. Or not Legacy. I just said I haven't played Legacy. My first favorite Clank is Catacombs. So
yeah, Clank in Space was my favorite, and the first couple times I played Catacombs, I thought it was really hard, and I was like, I don't know if I like this one as much, but that made me keep playing it and realize that it was my favorite. I left the other Clanks just completely unranked and just rolled with Catacombs only, and I rated it really, really high. So I would agree with some of you.
Well, I think last year when I did my list, I lumped all the Clanks together, but Catacombs wasn't out yet. But I like Catacombs so much that I just was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna delineate from my Clanks. Because I felt like Catacombs needed to stand on its own. So
yeah, I agree. I like the risk reward of the original too. I like that the short game is completely viable and people can't just hang out in there forever. You're punished for the timing mechanic is a lot more punishing to people that want to play the long game. I like that too. But yeah, I agree. The exploring makes Catacombs a better game. So, and I ranked it extremely high. Let's see, we're down to our what's published, Tim, down to our top 30.
Yeah, I think so.
And I haven't talked about Clank Catacombs yet, so it's at least in my top 30. So,
and we ain't mad. We ain't mad at you for not trying Clank yet. I'd just say get on there, get in there, it's try it out, give it a shot.
It's a ton of fun. Yep, good pick. Yeah, if I were to rank in Space like separately, man, it could like borderline my top 50. It's like I'd have like 3 Clanks in my top 100. Like it would be like that. So I don't. Okay, my number 85 is definitely the game I've played the most out of this 10 that we're talking about. And this is Dr. Finn's Biblios. I've just played this so much. There you go, 37 plays. I think it's a fantastic filler. It's a great game to play between games or while you're deciding what game to play. It says 30 minutes, maybe with 4. If you're at 3 or 2, think this is the one I was talking about that I think still works great as a two-player game. For an
Hmm.
auction game, this game really works well, and it's basically a simple set collecting game. You're going to draw a card, you're going to look at it, and you're going to decide what to do with it. Do you want to keep it? Do you want to put it face up for the other players? Or do you want to put it face down in the auction so that you could potentially buy it later? And I think that very simple mechanic of if this game just gave you all the cards to look at in your hand and decide what you wanted to do with them, it would not be as good of a game. The simple fact you
No.
have to draw one card at a time, look at it and go, okay, do I think this is the best one I can draw? Or do I want to
Right.
give it to the other people and then
Right.
take the chance of drawing something better? I really think that is such a very simple yet genius mechanic that makes this game absolutely shine. And so the set collecting is really interesting. You're just trying to build up, the highest sum of each color. But at the same time, this is how much you score for each category. So right now, if Tim's got the most reds, he's only going to get 1 point for it. So he may want to try to get some greens in his hand because they're worth 3 points at a time. Um, hey, Brent tuned in. Awesome. He must be off this week. Maybe, not confirmed. But anyway, yeah, Biblios is great. One of my most played games. And just I like the fact that you can manipulate these too. So you start off, they're called the church cards. When you draw one of those cards early in the game, they just don't feel that useful because you don't have a whole lot of information. You may not even have that many cards in your game, in your hand, so you don't know what to change. But as the game goes on and you see, wait a minute, Tim has been picking up a whole lot of green cards, and I can knock the green down by 1, and he scores 1 less point for it. When
Hmm.
categories are only worth 3, 4, 5 points, that's a really, really meaningful card, and those may come out early, but sometimes you put those in the auction, and then later in the game, you're spending these gold cards to buy one of those church cards. Sometimes you're spending your whole gold hand on a church card to lessen how many points someone else is going to make or increase how many points you're going to make. Just for a filler to have all of that available to you, it's one of my favorite fillers of all time.
Yeah, that's
Biblios.
awesome. I
It's
played
been
it a handful of times.
rethemed
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
It's been rethemed as because this is out of print. It is now. Uh, Dang it! Why do I keep? They should just say what it's been re-implemented as here. I'll make sure I get it because Biblios is out of print. It's for the King and Me. There you go. I put this on my gift games list because you can go to Amazon and buy this for like $13 right now. Just
Oh,
saying.
sweet.
They changed the theme. They made the art a little better. It's still a very solid drafting game with a good auction mechanic, and they scaled it up to 5 players, which I think is a good thing. Biblios does only support 4, so
Right on. All right. 84.
84.
All right, man. 84, you last heard me talk about on our food games. And that is problematic if you were watching that list. No, my 84 is Rampage, or if you have to buy the new
Oh,
version, Terror in Meeple City. This is just pretty much like a goofy, straight up kind of dexterity game. You have to build the board, you build the building using the colored meeples. Set them up on their platforms. You build them up, and then you have your monster. I almost called it a dinosaur. It's not really a dinosaur. It's more like a kaiju. And you are flicking your disc into those buildings, trying to knock them over, and then you get to eat all the dudes that
you're flicking
fall
your
around
what?
your disc. Disc. Uh, anyways, this game's lighthearted, fun, lots of goofy things you can do with it. You can throw cars, you can hit your other monsters, you can knock their teeth out, so it makes it so that they've got less people that they can eat. And yeah, and then there's like a sort of a set collection aspect to it, so you're going to get points at the end of the game based on the different colored meeples that you ate. Um, so it's lighthearted, it's fun, it's goofy, and I love it. It's Terror in Meeple City, or me, because I'm a hipster, had to get the Rampage version. So I got Rampage. I refused to buy it as Terror in Meeple City. I wanted the Rampage version.
I've always wanted to play this one. I like flicking games.
Yeah. Yeah, The King and Me. That's the off-Broadway version of that musical. Off Broadway.
Good pick. Good old flicking games. Okay, my number 84 is a classic. It was one of my gateway games. I don't own it anymore. I traded it away, but I still appreciate how good it is and what it's done for the hobby, and that is Legendary Marvel deck building
Oh,
game.
yeah.
Yeah, this was one of those games that got me in. I still credit Lords of Waterdeep as the game that really sunk its teeth in me and said, hey, this is what gaming is going to be for you for like the next 10, 11 years. But I definitely credit Legendary for helping get me to that point. And yeah, you're just building your superhero team, building up a deck, and trying to wipe out monsters. It's just really good. The combos are really satisfying. There's tons of content for it. I'm sure plenty of people have played it way more than me, and I've got like 20 plays of it. I've played like some of the Deadpool stuff. I've played some of the X-Men stuff. There's so much. There's so much. And it's all really fun. I've had a blast with a lot. The Spider-Man stuff is really fun.
Oh, yeah.
There's so
Hey,
much great content for
real
Legendary.
quick, just wanted to say, just want to say peace out to Jim Cole. He said he can only stay for a minute, but he wanted to pop on and say hey. So Jim, good to see you, man. I appreciate you, and you keep kicking ass down there in Texas, man. We'll see you. Happy New Year.
Later, Jim.
All right, Mike. So yeah, Marvel Legendary, dude. I mean, I've talked about it on the show before. I've played in tournaments in this game. I've won promo cards and stuff. I actually even sent somebody that watched the show some extra promos that I had. It was in the Discord. But anyways, Marvel Legendary is awesome. I'll talk about it in a few weeks. Like you said though, man, this is a really difficult semi co-op, super fun. You can play it straight co-op. That's fun too, because it's challenging. It's really challenging. It's not as fiddly as like Sentinels of the Multiverse for me. But yeah, it does a lot of things really well, and I enjoy it quite a bit. Great pick, man.
And they even had new stuff come out for it this year.
I know. I'm so far behind. I used to keep up on getting all the stuff. I'm so far behind on Legendary stuff.
There's so much. It's insane. There's like pages and pages of stuff.
I need to watch
Legendary.
I need to watch like Mini Market and see when they just do like a sale on a bunch of the small like character pack ones that I just don't have, and you can just scoop them up for real cheap.
I always heard great things about Secret Wars. Never got to play that one. I
think I have that one.
It's great. It's a very fun deck builder. It was the first deck builder I ever played. I think it still holds up.
Yeah, and I think Sentinels is great. I've got the big black
Sentinels
box for it that the one side opens up and it's got the drawers, you know.
And maybe before Jim heads out, he can help me in the display. I just cashed a bottle of Four Roses single barrel. I'm very sad. It's one of my favorites, but that means I've been enjoying it. That's for sure.
That's right, man.
Yeah. All righty. Number 83.
All right, 83. We're cooking now. This game is awesome. I play the app version all the time, and I really love the physical version of this game, and it's been reprinted, so you can now get it. Mayday Games, and that is Dead Man's Draw. I love this game. You just play the card. You're drawing the cards off the deck. It's sort of that push your luck mechanic, but then it triggers those effects. You know what I mean? Like that with the cards that you get and use, and whether you're blasting cards out of other people's lineups or you're stealing them and adding them to your own.
Original.
I don't know, but that is the Captain Carcass, right? That's the reprint.
They're the same, just a pirate theme. Well,
Yeah,
I mean, they're still a pirate theme. It's just
a
reprint.
different pirate theme.
Yeah,
But yeah,
there you
Dead Man's Draw is awesome. I freaking
go.
love this game. Play the
It is
crap
good.
out of it. And
The app's good too.
the app's great. The app's got some unique challenges to it, which make it fun. Um, and yeah, this game is just always a hit in my household. I get it played anytime, and yeah, it's fantastic.
Great pick. This is like one of the first kind of push your luck games that I really enjoyed.
Yeah, and I just love like, oh, I drew a Kraken. Now I got to take 2 more cards. Like, oh no, I blew all my stuff up. It's so good.
It's been so long since I've played it, sadly.
I'll just have to fix that. It doesn't take that
Oh,
long.
all right. My number 83, I actually talked about earlier. I briefly mentioned it because it has similarities to another game I've already mentioned, another IP adjacent worker placement game, and that is Godfather Corleone's
Oh,
Empire. I actually haven't
nice.
played this one for a while, but Eric Lang just, man, this man just makes very, very good um, territory control games. And this one's interesting because you are doing some worker placement out on this board, and just by controlling areas, that gives you different actions that you can perform. But there are event cards that you can play, and they will allow you to kill people, and then you chuck them into the Hudson River,
Oh, dude.
like car bomb cards or
Mm-hmm.
things like that. Um, there's also a phase where you can like pay money to recruit better workers. So instead of just using the people that are in your family, you can hire like the mayor or the police chief to like run around in your crew. And they give you extra benefits when you play them. And so you're like blind bidding for these guys. And so that's an interesting thing. And I also like how tight the hands are in this game because you only get so many cards you can hold, but you're actually trying to collect resources and turn those resources in for quests, which give you
Mm-hmm.
money. And once you put money inside of your suitcase, then that's actually banked money that you can count as points at the end of your game. So there's actually an action where you have to bank the money into the 10. I'll talk about it in a second, Bob. um, but I like how tight the cards are, because if you buy one of these guys like the mayor to add into your hand, that's one less resource you can hold. They count towards your card limit. And so the hand limit is very tight in this game. But I just like the tension. I like the interaction in this game. What I don't like is the card art. So they had somebody paint the Godfather for the box. You're like, wow, that looks really good. That's a really nice painting. I like that. That's good. But then look at the card art. Okay, these are the resources. I mean, and I guess they're like, okay, well, they're hanging from strings. It's the puppet master, the Godfather.
Mhm.
But then, they went ahead and took the box art and they put it in the back of the cards.
And
Okay,
they
well,
paid good money for that art. They're going to use it.
I mean, I guess maybe you could use some other stuff, like the rule book, for example, is full of tons of gorgeous other paintings of like the Bronx and other things that they could have used. But no, 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 they used the board art, and that's fine. But then you
Mhm.
look at the actual quest cards on every quest card. One of them, Demon, Vaughn, Demon. Come on.
Dude, they do minis, not cards. Come on. Hey, have a good night.
Great
Thanks
game.
for popping in.
Have a great day, Stephanie. Um, this is a great game, though. Don't get me wrong. Well, we're trying a new layout here, but it's a great game. Don't get me wrong. You just have that beef. Like, I mean, like how you paid. There's tons of great art in the rule book, and like they didn't put it on any of the cards. Come on.
One of my favorite times playing this, playing The Godfather, is I was playing it with the Podfather. There was a lot of trash talking. Stephen Bonacore is a fun dude to play games with and have a few drinks while you're doing it.
Yeah, this is one of those games for sure. It's just it's fun to play. It's fun to trash talk while you're playing. That's for sure. It's one of those.
Oh, it'd be a shame if something happened like a car bomb. Yeah.
Yeah, and meanwhile, it's just got very tight hand management and good worker placement mechanics with an area control mechanic that gives you benefits for controlling areas. It's really solid. I I just enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a good game. It's really good.
Yay, 82. Oops, that's the wrong thing. Ha ha.
Check that off your bingo card.
Yeah, I need to make another one.
All right. My number 2 is I'll just come right to the chase because it's a racing game. I do not like NASCAR, could give a damn about NASCAR, but Thunder Alley is a great game. I really enjoy this game. I think Heat is probably a better game, easier to learn.
Tim, this was your 32 last year.
Yeah, I just haven't played it in a while. But I really do like Thunder Alley. I love the I love that you're running like a team of cars. So you don't have to finish first. You just have to finish with enough of your cars crossing at a good time. Because you're going to get points based on your placement. So if you have one car that crosses the finish line first, but the rest of your cars are last or towards the back of the pack, you probably ain't winning. So I really like the scoring of the game. This is more complex than Heat because the cards you play are going to put wear and tear on your vehicle, and so you have to take pit stops to remove remove the damage. And sometimes sometimes you're going to take permanent damage that you can't remove. And sometimes you can pit and remove that temp damage. And Dean, you're right. Heat or Downforce is definitely more accessible, but Thunder Alley again is a little more technical. Doesn't necessarily make it better. It just provides a different experience. And it's an experience that I always enjoy. I think it's really interesting. I like the strategy. I like the timing. Kind of like in Heat when and where you play your cards, but you're not as worried about rounding the corners in Thunder Alley as much as you are trying to. Because in Thunder Alley, you've got like this whole thing where you play cards and you might pull a whole row of cars behind you, or you might dip out of that row. And and then all the other cars can follow you, or maybe you're following other cars. You know what I mean? So there's like drafting in it. There's like all kinds of crazy different things you can do to maneuver your vehicles, and the strategy, the puzzle of like how to move your cars, and you want to kind of keep them in groups, because if you can kind of keep them in groups, you can have other people move your cars for you. So it's really cool like that. And yeah, man, if you're not first, you're last. I'm the Magic Man.
Let's wake up in the morning and have piss excellence.
That's it.
I have not played this one. I need to play this so bad, Tim.
Yeah,
Please,
it's really good.
We gotta play this. I love racing games.
Yeah, I sit there at Christmas and go, "Dear 7-pound, 8-ounce baby Jesus, please bless this Christmas dinner and allow me to beat my family at Thunder Alley." Yeah. It's so good. It's so good. Love it. I also love that movie, but yeah.
Well, we didn't get our 10 in an hour, but we're gonna be close. So hey, that's something.
Hey, we're moving along. Minimal distractions.
It's true. I really got to play this one with you for sure. I will demand it next time I'm over.
Let's do it.
Okay, my number 82 made my top 50 last year, but like I've only played it once. So I just have like so minimal experience with it. And it's such a beast that like I almost didn't want to talk about it, but it's just really good, and it's a feast for Odin. And
Mm.
this is like the grand poppy the the Rosenberg worker placement games. This is the beast, and it's just really good. Um, there are like over 70 worker placement spots that you can pick from this board. So if you think Caverna gives you a ton of options, then you need to play Feast for Odin. Again, it's been a while. It's only been once. I can't give you a ton of depth. I know that I loved it. I know that it's fantastic. I just need to play it more, and it'll go higher. But and if I go another year without playing it, it may fall out of my top 100, and I'll stop talking about it. Maybe I should start try to relearn it and then play it on BGA because I don't own it. But Feast for Odin is excellent. I do know that.
Yeah.
So there you go. That'll be my fast, quick and dirty number 82. Yeah, it is low. It is low. I had it like 30 something. I think that you do have to feed your workers. This is how long it's been. This is why I shouldn't have even put in like my top 100. I can barely talk about it. I can barely
Yeah,
tell
but you
you
know
much
you
about.
love it. It's
I know I
fine.
loved it.
You
It's
know
very
you
good.
love it.
Yes, you have to feed your workers. It's a Rosenberg. There you
Yeah,
go.
I haven't played it, but it sounds cool. Yeah.
It's really good. Bob still has it. So I like maybe I'll wait till I don't know. It was hard to get for a while because Z-Man printed it. Go figure.
Oh
But
yeah.
I think it's still readily available.
I wonder if Zev has any of those rights to those games because now that they've started that new one, that new game company, like
Oh
him
yeah,
and the Boop
right.
designer,
Yeah.
is it Scott Brady and
Yep. Bunch of people.
Play to Z.
The Podfather.
Yeah, Bonacore's on the board. Still retired
Oh,
though. It's just on the board.
yep. Still retired. Still retired. Okay, so I guess our last game that we'll talk about for the day, our number 81.
All right, my number 81 is the most violent game probably on my whole list. This game is called Gore Chosen. This is literally just arena combat. You play 2 to 4 players, and this is you have a gladiator. He's got a special player card. He's got unique weapons, so he's got different like arcs, basically like attack arcs. Like so depending on the weapon they have, they might have reach. They might do more damage because they're short range. You can hit people into the spinning spikes that are on the Coliseum floor. When you're dead, you still kind of play a card, and like a rando thing can happen. I have been dead and still killed somebody. And so this game is chaos. You can strategize and you can try to do some stuff, but you also just have to be okay with getting screwed by dice rolls and getting randomly killed. Usually, we're just having so much fun playing this. You know what I mean? That it doesn't matter because it's all just rowdy beer and pretzels. Dice chucking fun. Gore Chosen is awesome. I have a buddy that painted the minis, and they look fantastic. And yeah, I love this game. It's really hard to get, but it's a Games Workshop game, so of course it's expensive. The minis look great, and you have to assemble them. Bob even likes Gore Chosen. I know he likes it. Yeah, it's off. No, it isn't. But yeah, Gore Chosen, super fun. Really enjoy it. And I love this game. That's my 81.
Yeah, Bob. I was looking. Bob had this one at number 18 last year. I know he talked about it again in his 50. It dropped a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's one I haven't played. Okay, my number 81 will start up a conversation about a trade, but not my number 81 is Russian
Oh
railroads.
yeah.
And Russian Railroads is a very good worker placement game. It's been around for a while. Came out in 2013, published by Z-Man Games. And this one is just got really you're working this system on your player board where you're trying to put you're trying to upgrade the colors of rails that you can put on your player board, and so each type that you can place on the board scores a multiplier of points. Meanwhile, you're putting these industry tiles at the bottom that give you like bonuses and things. But what's fun about Russian Railroads is definitely the combos that you can create. Because you just get, I mean, you basically got a main board that you're getting worker placement actions out of, and it just has some really satisfying combinations. It's very mathy, so to like end the round and figure out how many points you've scored. Like, okay, I got a brown, I have 3 of those, and each one of those is worth 4 points, so that's 12. And then I've got 4 grays, and each one of those is worth 6 points, so it's 24. You're doing a lot of that at the end of every round. But it's got some satisfying combos, and I haven't played it in a while, and I've been thinking about picking it up again. It's now Ultimate Railroads with all the expansions. So originally it was Russian Railroads with a German Railroads and an American Railroads expansion. They reprinted it, which is a shocker because it is Z-Man. But because they don't reprint like anything, so that's the only reason I'm giving them a hard time. But this box has every expansion in it, and so yeah, they changed up the art a little bit. Looks really good. The extra expansions I think are worth it if you're going to play this game because it can get a little samey with just the base game, and it just gives it just enough variation on your player board to keep each game interesting. The trade that I made is before this game went out of print, I had this and the German Railroads expansion. I probably paid probably $65 for both of them, and somebody offered me Dwellings of Eldervale Legendary Edition with the sound bases and everything, which was like $280. So before I was on the show, I was like, "Hey Tim, do you think I should do this trade?" He's like, "Well, duh." I'm like, "Okay, I'll do it."
I'd
And of
said,
course,
well, not just well, duh. I did say they're
other
reprinting it.
things.
So trade it
Yeah,
before you might as well trade it now while it's at high value. And I was right. They did reprint it.
they did reprint it. Well, they were talking about it while this guy offered the trade. That's why I was amazed that he even made the trade offer. Like,
Listen, not
really?
everybody's paying attention.
But this guy was like, didn't think this game would be for him. For the record, I definitely rank Dwellings of Eldervale higher than I rank Russian Railroads. Dwellings made my top 50. Russian Railroads did not. But I've been
Mhm.
actually craving playing it again here lately. So I might pick that one back up. Tim, do you want to do a quick recap?
Let's do it, buddy.
Okay.
All right. You wanna get your thumb up there, Mike?
Very true. I got many of my plays of Russian Railroads and with Brent here, so I'm glad he's tuned in to make that comment. It's a lot of math and maybe a little bit too much if you've had some whiskey. Go ahead, Tim. Give us your quick rundown.
Get your thumb in the picture.
Oh yes, yes. Wait, this
There we
like
go. Yeah.
zoomed in camera is weird.
Yeah, that's all right. Block your face.
Yeah,
Just kidding. All right, here
no,
we
that's
go.
probably a better shot.
Number 90,
Stuff we gotta
Nightmare
bump the views.
Productions. Nightmare
Yeah.
Productions. All right. 89, Twilight Imperium.
I don't
I
know.
don't know if you played it. Okay.
I haven't.
88 is God Tier.
Don't
87
know.
is Equinox.
Oh yeah.
86 is Massive Darkness 2, Hellscape.
Don't know.
85 is Clank in Space.
Oh yeah.
84 is Rampage or Terror in Meeple City. 83 is Dead Man's Draw. There we go. 82 is Thunder Alley. Just give it a thumbs up because you're curious.
It's a racing game.
Yeah, right. And then 81 is Gore Chosen. All right, here we go. I'm ready.
Okay. A Game of Thrones, Brotherhood of the Watch, Beyond the Sun, Horrified. Defenders of the Realm. Sons of Anarchy, Men of Mayhem,
Curious.
Biblios,
Hmm?
Legendary Marvel,
Mm-hmm.
The Godfather, Orleans Empire,
Mm-hmm.
A Feast for Odin,
Hmm?
and Russian Railroads.
Hmm.
How many plays do I have of that? I want to look real quick. There's quite
There
a
you go.
few.
You can go down to Rupel's and buy Russian railroads. I'm
Yeah,
assuming that's what
that's
Chris is
true.
talking about.
I logged 14 plays of Russian Railroads. That's why I really didn't feel bad trading it away. Like I got my money's worth out of it. Really played it a lot.
I can't believe Bob didn't play Massive Darkness 2 with us. I wonder who played that with us.
It was you, Dan, and Spencer. Was it a 3-person review?
Oh, I don't remember. They all run together after a while.
I'm pretty sure those two were with you. I was surprised, I guess, that Bob wasn't. Maybe just
David's only played 2 of our 20. That's all right. Hopefully, we've given you 18 interesting games to check out. That's even better, right?
I have a lot of older ones on here. Biblios was 07. Russian Railroads was 2013. Sons of Anarchy was like 2014 or 15. Yeah, I think Beyond the Sun was the newest release of this 10 that I did. And even that one was only 2020.
Right on.
Looking ahead real quick at my 71 through 80. Yeah, it's an interesting mix. Only there's a couple newer ones in there.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's a good mix next time for the next one.
We don't do honorable mentions on these. We save them for the next time. When the next time will be is anybody's guess, because maybe Tim and I will start to do our favorite new to us games from 2023. Maybe we'll have a guest on. You don't know. We like to spice it up. We keep our schedule fairly fluid. But we will definitely give you 30 more of these. And if you like these, make sure you tune in for our studio top 50. As of right now, we have published all the way up to our top 30, so you can watch all of those.
Yeah, and let us know if you like these lists. If you like us doing these kind of lists, I enjoy doing them. But it's always nice to have your guys' feedback. I like to hear what y'all have to say. Do you like it when we get to the list right away? Don't BS. Like, let's hit the list real quick, then we goof off at the end. It's something Mike and I are trying. We're open to stuff. We do get comments sometimes from people that don't watch all the time that are like, I'm not going to watch a 4-hour video just to, hear you guys talk about, top 10 games of blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, fair. But usually half of that video is us farting around. Sometimes 2/3 of that video is us farting around. And then, so we figure if we do it all up in the front, anybody that then wants to hang out can hang out. And then anybody that wants to buzz off can buzz off.
Yeah, with that, that's probably going to be a theme, especially on our top 100 one for sure. But we may stick to this. It's definitely seems like we get the comments that people like us to get right into it. So yeah, then we can always do whatever the heck we want for the next sometimes 2 hours.
Absolutely.
Well, as Tim knows, and some of you know, that I have this week off, so I don't really care how long we goof off or how we goof off. I'm just here for the show.
I can't go that nuts, but I will, definitely can hang out for a bit because I like being here. I like doing this. Super fun. So, Mike, I only got one game for Christmas.
Ooh.
And
2 games for Christmas.
It's not a game I would have picked out for myself, but that's fine because I'm still glad that I got a game. Also, I did get the one thing that I really wanted for Christmas, and that was a PlayStation 5. So it doesn't matter if that was the only gift I had gotten. I'd have been super happy. But
Dead by Daylight will load faster. It won't look any better, but it'll load faster.
It actually looks a little better, and it loads way faster.
Yeah.
And also, I got to upgrade. The nice thing is if you own a game on PS4 and you buy a PS5, if there's a PS5 version of it, it upgrades it for free,
Right.
which is amazing. So like I have Elden Ring, right? For PS4, it looks so good on PS5. So
Nice.
good.
Now that one will make a huge difference.
Yeah, there you go,
Oh,
Chris.
nice.
I'd like to play Apiary.
All right, Tim. So, what game were you gifted, and is it we don't have to say who. Why don't you just tell us what game you got?
Well, I'll tell you, it was made by these people.
Oh,
The What Do You Meme peoples. Wait,
you mean the ones who made
did that look
New
backwards?
Phone Who Dis?
Yeah, did that look backwards when I held it up, or did
No.
it look right?
No,
It looked right. Okay. I was trying to change my settings, but I'll mess around with it later. Don't.
That's funny. I'm sure Tim will be back here in a second. He was playing around with things and apparently fat fingered something. Go figure. Go figure. Tim boots himself
Yeah,
from the
that's what I
stream.
get.
Hopefully you
That's-
cross that off your bingo sheet.
No doubt. No doubt. Anyways, this game is called Incoherent. So what's going to happen is I'm going to read a card and you've got to try to figure out what I'm saying. You ready for this?
Uh-oh. Okay.
Okay. Your hint, I'll give you a hint. Not real issues, okay? Here's what I'm going to read to you. First stew hurled prop plums. First stew hurled plop plums. First stew hurled plop plums. Blah, 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 blah. And the answer is first world problems. Oh, Hooper got it. Bobby got it.
Dang. That was tough.
These are tough, man.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't have that at all.
Yeah. Anyways. So we'll do a couple of these. I'm not gonna like beat a dead horse with these things. Chris bought himself a copy of Ticket to Ride Legacy. Now you're cooking.
My Christmas gift games were Bonsai from DV Games.
Oh yeah.
And I got a copy of Lunar Rush.
Oh,
I'm pretty excited.
sweet, dude. Dead Alive Games. Really good game. Really good game.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, do another one of these, which I won't get.
Paiwan Kitwan Furry. Paiwan Kitwan Furry. Paiwan Kitwan Furry.
I'm terrible at these.
I usually am too. A sneaky business offer used to trick customers into thinking they're getting a great deal. Oh, they're getting it. They're getting it in the chat. They're all getting it in the chat. Buy one, get one free. Paiwan Kitwan Furry. Buy one, get one free.
Yeah, but it's not a P. It's a B. I like. Come on.
All right.
Anyway, it might sound similar, but if you're going to use the entire wrong consonant, anywho,
that's where I struggle with these two, Mike.
There's another game that does this, and they don't use the wrong consonants.
Right. Yeah. I forget what that one's called, but yeah, Dean, these guys are too good for me too. All right, here we go. Bull lag fried hay. Bull lag fried hay.
Black Friday.
Yeah, Mike, good job. I don't even know what that is. Fence to hug hound. Fence to hug hound.
Fenced dugout? No.
Fenced a hug hound. An invite only secondary account of the real you. That's your clue. Fenced a hug hound. Okay, I don't know what this is. A Finsta account? What's a Finsta account?
No idea.
Me neither.
What? Weird.
Okay, let's do this one. Trick her worn in. Oh, Diana says it's a fake Instagram. Okay, got it. Trick her worn in.
Trigger warning?
Yeah, you got it.
These are weird.
All right, last one, then I'm gonna move on. Hugh own Lee Leaf once. Or ones. Hugh own Lee Leaf ones. Puppers attack. Hugh own Lee Leaf ones.
You only live once. Yeah,
they're getting in the chat. Did you see it in the chat?
I said it and then saw it like almost at the same time.
All right, I lied. This will be the last
Started to make
one.
sense.
This will be the last one. Knit flick sand shill. Knit flick sand shill.
It's Netflix and chill.
Yep.
Oh, Bob already had it.
Yeah, Evan had it too.
Look at the chat. Yeah.
No, these guys are good.
These
I'm
are
bad.
weird.
I'm bad at this game.
I'm not very good at it either, apparently.
Guess the gibberish. I don't know. I'm glad that I have people that will buy me presents. That's what I'll say. Not everybody has that in their life. So I'm thankful for that. So that's incoherent. Guess the gibberish. We played a game. My niece got a game called OK Boomer, and it's basically trivia, but it's there's like the young people deck of trivia questions and then the old people deck of trivia questions. And so we basically divided the room, and my wife was the oldest player on the millennial team, even though because we needed to like make the teams even. So we drew the line at 1978 and 79. So I'm 78. She's 1979. So she was on the other team. And I was so mad at her because she kept getting trivia questions right, that she only knew the answer because of me. And what's funny is while playing the game, we kind of fixed it, because what was happening is when you play the game, it's like first to 10 points. And now I didn't look at the rules. My niece read the rules. She told us the rules. And she said that the older people get the, yeah, Trevor, you're probably right. She didn't want to be on my team. The older people get the old people questions, and the young people get the younger people questions. And so like all these questions were like way too easy. So we thought like, you know what? It's actually better if you ask the young people the old people questions and the old people the young people questions. Me being pretty good at trivia generally like did pretty well on both sets of questions. But it was a pretty good mix. There were some pretty fun questions in there. We very quickly like sort of abandoned the structure and just kind of like just started asking the questions and seeing who knew the answers, you know. And so like I'd have to kind of wait a beat and make sure everybody else didn't want to answer first, so I wouldn't do it the whole time. But yeah, we played the game. We had a good time for, after everybody was done, opening Christmas presents, and we're kind of all sitting around hanging out. And the younger kids were running around, kind of entertaining themselves with their new Christmas presents. But yeah, it was fine. I would have rather have had that than Incoherent, because that game I could have played. That game I could have played with you on the show more. But yeah, I still need to pick up like a trivia game. I really want to get. I keep seeing this one at this bargain store near me, and it's like an ESPN trivia night, and I figure that'll be a good one to get Mike with.
Oh yeah. Uh-oh, what are you shuffling over there?
I've got the I haven't busted this one out for a while, but I've got a pack of these. It's Celebrity Shit for Brains. I'll read you one of these and see if you know this one.
Okay.
What born-again Christian artist, known as the Painter of Light, claimed that his artwork was in 1 of 20 American households, and in the late 90s once pissed on a Winnie the Pooh figure at the Disneyland Hotel while saying, "This one's for you, Walt"?
Andy Warhol?
No. Born-again Christian artist. Painter of Light.
I don't know.
Oh, come on, man. You couldn't have gone through the religious right movement of the early 2000s without seeing this guy's stuff everywhere.
Probably.
It was Thomas Kincaid, who, ironically, or not, overdosed on alcohol and Valium in 2012. He was not a nice man. I guess not that matters. I'm sorry he died. I'll just say that. All right. You got one for me, Mike, or you want me to ask you another one?
Go ahead.
All right, let me see what I got here. What pop star was placed under her father's conservatorship in 2008, giving him court-ordered control? There you go. That's what I want. I want Mike answering the question before I finish reading it. What Hollywood actor started using the word MFer, I'll just keep it slightly PG, to overcome his lifelong stuttering problem?
Samuel L. Jackson.
That's right, dude.
All right.
You got one?
I got a couple for you.
Let's do it.
Okay. So we are going with a top 10. This is from the game Outburst. Talked about this before. This game came out roughly in 1991. And so anything after 91 will not be counted. So
we think it's 91.
We think it's 91. We have great TV game shows.
Uh-huh.
Henry Fonda films, or sections in a record store.
Sections in a record store.
The top 10 answers are on the board. 10 sections in a record store.
Pop.
Number 4.
New releases.
No.
Okay. R&B.
Number 6.
Hip hop.
No.
Rap.
No.
Okay, not yet, right? Alternative.
Not yet.
Heavy metal.
Not yet.
Classic rock.
Yeah.
Oldies.
No.
Classical.
5,
Jazz.
3,
Rock and or rolla.
7.
7. Um.
I know.
Okay, hold on. Country.
That's bad. That's bad. That's number 1.
Ugh. Is it country western or is it country and western?
No, just country.
What about I said classical. Musicals,
No.
soundtracks.
No.
How many do I have left?
Four.
Blues.
No.
Burn down that record store.
I agree.
They suck. Are there still genres of music? Or are they going into
Still
mediums?
genres of music. We're just like, yeah.
Okay.
Only one that's still, well, like 2 that are like somewhat relevant.
Okay. Okay. So we said rock. We said pop. New age.
No.
Techno.
No.
Um.
Not yet.
God.
Let me just give you.
Prog rock. Hold on. Progressive rock.
Nope.
Okay. Give me one.
Latin.
Oh. Okay. I mean, that's legit.
Swing.
Swing music. 90s, I guess. I guess the big band swing stuff was coming in. Then there was all those Gap commercials with swing dancing. I can do a little swing dance.
Number 2 is folk.
Wow, I should have said folk music, but especially when country was a thing. But wow, folk music is barely a thing. I guess there's still kind of folk music. Did I say bluegrass? Is bluegrass on there?
No. Number 8. Number 8 is reggae.
Okay.
Reggae made the list. I was surprised by that.
Reggae, but not blues.
But there you go. Sections in a record store, 1991, maybe.
Those record stores sucked.
Okay. Would you rather have 20th century U.S. presidents, 1900s, or I'll give you your pick of Elizabeth Taylor films, Robert Redford films, Charlton Heston films. Did we do those?
I don't think
Henry
we did.
Fonda films.
Let me do the presidents. I'm still kind of warming up. I can do the presidents. All right. You ready?
The top 10 20th century presidents are on the board. Tim.
Let's just work backwards. We'll go Clinton, Bush, Reagan, Carter, Ford, Nixon, LBJ, Kennedy, was it then Eisenhower, Truman, FDR, there was Woodrow Wilson, Teddy Roosevelt, and did I get them all?
You're missing one.
Fudge. The oldest one. Who is the president at the turn of the century? Or wait.
He has a dam named after him.
Hoover.
Yeah.
Damn Hoover.
There you go. There's all 10.
Man, I did really good too. I got them all.
No kidding. In order. I was struggling to keep up.
Well, that's how I knew I could do that one, because I could just work backwards, you know.
Here we go, Tim. I'm just making a judgment call. The top 10 answers are on the board. Tim, please give me things that go up.
Things that go up.
Yes.
Okay. A balloon.
Number 5.
Ooh, an elevator.
Number 2.
Stairs.
No.
Escalator.
A stair equivalent.
Okay. Just checking. Blood pressure.
Number 10.
Yeah. What up, Scott? Enjoy your phase 10 game there. Or watching them play phase 10. Let's see what else goes up. Your heart rate.
No.
I'm trying to keep it PG because there's like one obvious thing. This goes up. That's
No.
not on there, right? Yeah, I didn't think
No.
so. Family friendly. An airplane.
No.
I guess not. I was just listening to a podcast about the rugby team that crashed in the Andes in the 70s.
Oh.
Oof. Oof. Horrifying stuff. Basically what Alive was based on. Anyways, did you ever see that movie?
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
So there was like a plane crash with a rugby team on it in the Andes, in South America. And they were like way up in the mountains, and they had to resort to my food-based games to survive.
Oh.
And there's some pretty grisly details in there. It's pretty horrifying stuff. Anyways,
food-based game.
Yeah. Cannibals, typical Tim. Thank you, Andrew. I did see one of the answers in the chat, and I'm going to use it, but I'm going to give Trevor credit in case it's right, and that's helicopters.
Oh, wow. Yeah. No idea.
Helicopters isn't on there?
No.
Okay. How many do I have left? Like 5? Too many?
Yeah, I know this one was kind of tough. I just thought it was sort of funny.
No, it's funny. It's funny. Hold on. Let me.
There's
Okay, go on.
6 left.
Give me one.
Here you go. So this was the first new to me game I played this year. It's a real-time cooperative game.
A Sky Team?
No. First game.
Oh, kites. Kites
is number 9.
Kites.
8. Thing you would see in baseball.
A baseball. A home run. A flag. A pennant.
No. I mean, a home run could be one of these, but but home runs are longer.
A pop up.
Yeah, fly ball.
Fly ball, pop up, same thing.
Smoke goes up.
Oh, it does.
A zipper goes up, hopefully,
it does.
unless you're into a nefarious thing, in which case it's going down. A tent goes up.
A tent does go up.
And number 1, that damn cost of living.
Oh, thanks. Name the current president, because that's always what it is. Doesn't matter who's president. It's always thanks. Fill in the blank.
Going out that damn cost of living.
That was a good one. You picked a good category there, Mike. I
thought it was fun. That's why I just went with it.
Okay. I got a trivia question for you.
Okay.
After 27-year-old R. Kelly served as the lead songwriter and producer on her debut album, what 15-year-old singer married him?
That was Aaliyah.
Yeah, it was. Not a problem at all.
Weird.
I mean, that should have been like the first sign, right? That there was problems with R. Kelly.
That should have been a sign.
I mean, just like, just putting it out there. Maybe people shouldn't have been so surprised that was a bad thing.
Okay. Oh, this guy does that? Huh.
Yeah.
Remember what I guessed.
I'm trying to find one I think you'll know the answer to. You might know the answer to some of these. Okay. What actor and martial arts expert got angry and broke Sean Connery's wrist while serving as his martial arts instructor during the filming of Never Say Never Again? He's very famous, and he's famously an asshole. But he wasn't an actor when Never Say Never Again came out. He's really obese now. Has a ponytail.
Oh, that is
Marked for death, out for justice. Next of kin. Oh wait, no, next of kin.
Steven Seagal.
There you go. I knew you'd get it. Yeah. Royal douchebag. Let's see, Mike. A father was denied access to see his premature twins in the neonatal intensive care unit of a Manhattan hospital due to the 2012 birth of what celebrity power couple's baby?
Was that Kanye and
Nope. 2012.
Was that Jay-Z and Beyonce?
It was Jay-Z and Beyonce. What's that kid's name? Ivy or something? Or Blue? Didn't they name their kid again?
Maybe. Something like that.
Oh, here's somebody I love to hate. What divisive 90s frontwoman hosted a live 24-hour special on MTV in which she was full control of the aired content, with the finale being her on the verge of tears, sitting on a couch, too fatigued, annoyed, and despondent to continue announcing videos or introducing guests? AKA, she sucks. And she probably murdered. She's from the 90s. She probably murdered her husband or had him murdered.
Was that Anna Nicole Smith?
No, she did not murder. This is a 90s singer.
Courtney.
Yeah.
The whole singer.
Yeah.
I can't think of her last name now. Courtney Love.
There it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh, I hate her.
Yeah. As everybody should.
All right. I'm gonna get you one more. One more. Let me find one I think you'll get though. Oh boy. I don't know if I asked you. No, I'm not gonna do that one. That's funny. I didn't know that one. What? Okay. These are crazy. Let's go with this one. What former To Catch a Predator host was caught cheating on his wife by hidden cameras arranged by the National Enquirer?
Chris.
Come on. I was going to say you should know this just from the South Park joke, like the South Park episode. Isn't there a South Park episode with this guy in it? Well, you know. Chris. Last names, same name as the group that sings bop, bop, da bop, bop, do bop, bop, bop.
Chris Hansen.
There you go, buddy. I had your back.
Wow.
Hey, David, Happy New Year. Thanks for popping on as always, man. Really appreciate you. And look forward to seeing you next week.
Thanks, David. Good to see you, man. Wow.
No, you won't get that one.
No.
Let's see.
Yeah. Trevor's thrown for a loop when we switch from modern day trivia to the pre-91 trivia.
I know, right?
So
what?
I'll bow out on those.
Okay, here you go, Mike. And then it's gonna be your turn after this one.
Okay.
What professional athlete and actor did executives at Orion Pictures want to star in The Terminator, but James Cameron didn't think he would be believable as a killer?
Sylvester Stallone?
Professional athlete. Not believable as a killer in the first Terminator.
Here again?
Well, it's the first Terminator movie, so it'd have been like
90.
86.
Oh,
You're thinking Terminator 2.
Brian Bosworth.
He played for who do you play for? Let's see, he played for the Buffalo Bills. Where did he play his college ball? I want to
Bruce
say
Smith.
Sarah. Nope. O.J. Simpson. See the irony there? They didn't
Yeah.
think he would be believable as a killer. Where did he play his college ball? Did he play at USC? Where did OJ play college ball? Syracuse, USC. I don't remember. I don't know why I keep wanting to say USC. I thought he played somewhere else, but he did play for the Buffalo Bills, right?
It was USC, and he played for the Bills.
Okay, got it. Look at that. See, I could do that ESPN Sports Night trivia too. Stab you. But thanks, Chris. That's a good one. All right, Mike, hit me up. Give me something.
Okay. I got maybe one or two more. Hold on. Where did they go?
Oh, I got
My
this
good
other
ones go.
trivia game I could try too.
Oh no. Okay, I have characters created by the original SNL cast
Okay.
or great TV game shows.
Let's do both of them. Let's do SNL cast first.
Okay, let's end the night on these.
Well, I'll have like a couple for you, and then we'll end the night on that.
Okay.
So we are right
Characters
now
created by
doing
the original SNL cast.
and this is Outburst, right?
Yes.
Because we had a question as to what game we were playing, what trivia.
Yes.
We're bouncing between Outburst, Shit for Brains,
Yeah.
and then I've got Cutting Concoctions, Bluff
It's
Trivia. I'm gonna hit Mike with a few.
It's a top 10. I'll find it here.
Okay, so
this isn't even the version, it's this version.
yeah, I remember that version. All right.
Top 10 is on the board.
The Samurai, the John Belushi Samurai.
Yes.
Okay. The Coneheads.
4.
Is it like Doug and Wendy Wine, or are they on there?
9.
Rosanna, Dana, Bana, something.
Number 1.
Gilda Radner, baby. Okay. Let's see. There's the Blues Brothers.
3.
Yes. One of my all-time favorite musicals. Okay, let's go. OG SNL. Reoccurring. Let's see. So characters. Oh, well, was Gerald Ford like one of them? Because Chevy Chase was very famous for doing Gerald Ford. Oh, golly. What am I kicking? Okay. Son of a biscuit. I said Coneheads. There was the Whiners. There was the Lounge Singer on there.
No. But that's what I'm looking at.
The Samurai. I said the Samurai. I said, give me one.
I'll give you the Shark.
Oh,
Candy
Land
Graham?
Shark. Yeah, Candy Graham. Land Shark. Oh, it's so good. So good. Oh, Mr. Bill.
No.
Oh, Mr. Bill was good.
All right. Number 8. I don't remember this one. The Killer Bees.
The Killer Bees. That was John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd before they did Blues Brothers.
I don't remember number 7. Baba Wawa.
Bob Wah Wah Wah. Yeah, Gilda Radner again doing Barbara Walters.
Number 5. Emily Litella.
That one I do not remember.
And I know you know number 2 because it's 2 Western crazy guys.
Yeah. Dang it. That's awesome.
Okay, last one out of Outburst. All of these are pre like 91. Great TV game shows.
All right, let's rock and roll. Wheel of Fortune.
4.
Let's make a deal.
Bob, I think we did something similar. I think we did like the most common recurring guests or something. We had another SNL card. Okay. I'm sorry. What'd you say
Let's
after?
make a deal.
No.
Jeopardy.
5.
Wheel of Fortune.
You did that one. That's 4.
Oh, Price is Right.
That is 10. Wow.
$10,000 pyramid.
$25,000 pyramid.
Yeah, that
number
one.
7. Yeah.
Match Game.
No.
What was the one? No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy. How about Card Sharks?
No.
I already said Jeopardy, right?
Yep.
What's the fucking whammy game?
It's not on here.
Okay. Win, lose, or draw.
No.
That was a good one. Okay, 90s, early 90s. Well, pre-90s, really. I can remember sitting and watching these freaking game shows on my grandma's
Some of
living
these
room
I don't
floor.
even know.
Oh, You Bet Your Life.
No.
What? To Tell the Truth.
No.
Oh man.
Press Your Luck is also not on here.
I was gonna say Press Your Luck.
Yeah.
Did I said here. Card Sharks, right?
Yeah.
Password.
Number 9.
Okay. Give me one.
The one I don't remember is I've Got a Secret.
I don't know that one. What about
the rest of them?
Like Newlywed
No.
Game?
No. I barely remember this one.
What about Hollywood Squares?
Yeah, that's number 6.
Yeah, I used to love Hollywood Squares. I
You're
always loved
number
it.
1 and number 3. I'll give you number 8. It's Concentration.
Oh yes, I used to love classic Concentration.
Number 3 is the $64,000 question.
Yeah.
And you're still missing number 1, which is what this game is based off of and still runs today.
I said Jeopardy. Oh, the Family Feud. Duh.
Family Feud.
Yeah, thank you. Good clue. Good clue. All right, I got a sports question for you, Mike.
Ooh, okay.
Name the only heavyweight boxing champion to finish his career of 49 fights undefeated. Undefeated, 49-0. He's a Viking. Hey.
So George Foreman got beat. Joe Louis got beat. He got beat.
Older.
Oh, Rocky Marciano.
Yeah, good job. I was like, come on, you'll get there. How about this one? Name the 4 types of events in women's gymnastics. Come on, we got the Olympics coming up.
You have the floor routine. You have the pommel. Pommel horse?
No, pommel horse isn't on there.
Oh, women don't do the what? The beam.
Yes.
They do the beam instead of the pommel.
Correct.
The rings.
No, the men do the rings, the women do not. So peace sign gives me balloons.
What's the two bars? The
Yeah.
uneven bars?
They are uneven. You are correct.
The uneven bars.
And the last one, it's really awesome to watch Simone Biles just like crush this one.
Oh, the dismount.
It's not the dismount.
The
Describe what they do, and I'll give you the points.
they they jump.
What do they do after they jump?
They
They literally do something after they
vault?
jump. The vault. Good job.
I looked at Trevor's answer. I'm not gonna lie. I couldn't come up with it.
Yeah, when they hit that thing and then they do all the flips.
I knew what it was. I couldn't think of what it was called.
What type of sporting equipment has a head, face, heel, and toe? That's weird. What type of sporting equipment has a head, a face, a heel, and a toe? Either Mike's buffering or I broke him. Oh, okay. He's moving now.
I'm stumped.
Tiger Woods, y'all. A golf club.
Oh, a golf club? Yeah, sure.
Okay, you beer snob.
I even own some golf clubs. Damn it.
Name the 4 primary ingredients in beer.
Hops, barley.
Oh wait, barley's not on there. Malt is. Okay. Hops, grain, or malt. 2 more ingredients.
Water.
Yeah.
Yeast.
Yeah, Donnie got it. Good job, Donnie. Do you like tennis, Mike?
I played it in high school.
Can you name the 4 events that make up the Grand Slam?
The U.S. Open, the French Open, the Australian Open,
and
Wimbledon.
Yeah, look at you, man. Look at you.
That one's easy.
Yeah, look, I like it, man. I'm glad to give you some trivia questions to make you feel good, because this one's too easy, and you better get it before I even finish reading it. Or we're not friends anymore.
Uh-oh.
We ready?
Wow.
In which sport is the Vincent Lombardi Trophy awarded?
The National Football League.
Yeah. We're still friends, even though you finished after I...
Wow. There wasn't much to say after Lombardi.
Yeah, that's true. What is the... No, you probably know that. No. Oh, yeah, you know that. What is the name of the deepest known location in Earth's oceans?
It's Marianas Trench.
Yeah, there you go. Technically, the Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench, but I would have given you Mariana Trench. Okay, for all our people that enjoy snow, which finger does the fingernail grow the fastest?
The middle?
The middle is correct.
Weird.
Name 3 of the 4 most precious stones.
Diamonds. Gold.
Nope.
Platinum.
Metals. You're naming metals, not stones.
Quartz.
No. Start thinking like birthstones.
then like rubies
Yep.
and then emeralds.
Yep. I was going to give you a Wizard of Oz clue, but you got it. Last one. You could say it's alcohol related if you drink Bombay gin.
Well, then it's the sapphire.
That is correct. Let's see if I got any other decent ones that I can hit you with.
Last one.
Oh, okay. What Hall of Fame NFL linebacker and former Bam Bam Bigelow opponent once arrived to a team meeting in handcuffs after spending the night with two call girls who had lost the keys? So this was a Hall of Fame NFL linebacker. He wore earrings that had lightning bolts on them.
Oh, I said him earlier. Brian Bosworth.
Nope.
No, it's Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think he broke Joe Theismann's leg, right?
So
well, there we go.
there you go.
There we go. That was our trivia. There's some guys in the chat that got it. I really need to get some more trivia stuff because it's fun to do on nights like
I
tonight.
put these Wikipedia cards over here, but they're all right.
What I meant to do, and I just didn't have the time to do it tonight, is I kind of want to copy the Rossi's thing, and I want to grab some game components and be like, "Hey, Mike, what game's this from?"
That would be fun.
Or we just see if the Rossi's want to pop back on sometime and do that for us when we're done with our list. Or anybody wants to do that, I'd be fine with that. Let us know. Drop us a line. Hit us up in the Discord. You guys want to come on and
game was fun
and do the component game with us.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, hopefully you've been enjoying the stream. We had a great time. Hope everybody had a great Christmas. I did. Good. I hope everybody has a safe but awesome New Year's. Now in Canada, did they already do that last month? Is that joke too old now?
Yeah, it's a month too old.
Yeah. Because in China they do it. They don't do it for like another month after, and they get the whole month off. No, anyways, you guys are awesome. I really appreciate every one of you. Mike, thanks for every week being here for now over a year. If I weren't going to be busy doing other things, I would totally love to do like a New Year's live stream. But I have standing New Year's Eve plans that I can just not break. And I'm fine with that. But just so you know, I would spend it with you because I'd love it. I love you guys.
I don't even know what I'm doing on New Year's Eve yet. So
you'll find something.
Yeah, we'll find something.
You and Sushi go do something.
Yeah.
Has Sushi met Winston yet?
No, yet.
Oh,
it's happening later this week, though.
All right. There you go.
It's happening.
Sounds awesome, then. Sounds awesome. Well, thank you, everybody, for watching. Really appreciate y'all. Please consider giving us a thumbs up. We do have a Patreon if you'd like to do that and support the show financially. But otherwise, just keep liking and commenting and hanging out with us. That's the most meaningful and beneficial thing you can do for us. Mike and I love doing this anyways, but like getting you guys all involved and hanging out with you guys while we do it just really makes it 100 times better. So 100% grateful for that. And thank you guys. When you talk about things you're grateful for when you go into the new year, you know, and everything, this is being able to do this show and this live stream in particular. It's just stuff that doesn't matter what my week's been like. I'm always happy and excited to be here. So
every week, it's a blast for sure.
That's right. That is right. Yeah, I am really going to try to get, I really want to get a sports trivia thing for Mike. Even if I got to print out like sports trivia or something, just have it ready. Have it ready for you. Now, Mike, if I'm going to print out sports trivia, do I need to like narrow the scope? Or, I mean, you did pretty good with other than the golf question, the main three.
Yeah.
So football, baseball, basketball.
Pretty much.
Okay. That would be my strong suit. Like I might have gotten that Rocky Marciano question, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I'm not like, don't ask me like who won the welterweight, you know, in 1983, because I couldn't tell you.
Right. Yeah.
But,
strong
and yeah,
suit for sure.
Trevor, I do need to work on my hockey. I really do.
Yeah, I got nothing.
But yeah, Nix, I think I might have to hit up a Goodwill and see if I can find an old Trivial Pursuit game.
Eventually.
I'm not going to subject Mike to that Star Wars Trivial Pursuit anymore because I feel really bad. What I might do though, Mike, is I might bring that to filming on Sunday and pass it to you to borrow.
Yeah, there you go.
And then you could read me
right
Star Wars Trivial Pursuit questions.
Since I showed my ass on that.
I'm sorry, buddy. That was not my intention. Oh man. It was not my intention.
That's okay.
But
all right, guys, it has been a blast.
Yeah.
We'll get back next week. We don't know if we're going to continue the top 100 or have a guest, or maybe
as of right now, we've got nothing planned. So
Yeah.
as of right now,
maybe we'll start doing our top games new to us 2023, since it's our first Whiskey Wednesday for next year. We'll see. We have options.
We've got to decide which ones we're doing in studio and which ones we're going to do on the live. So there's some push and pull there. In the studio, it's obviously better produced. You know, it looks really good. They've been really doing a good job with that. But when we do it live, we get to have all the interaction and your guys' input, on some of those things. So there's sort of like both are great. It's just which one's better or which one's the more optimal way to release the lists. Conversations we have all the time, just trying to determine stuff like that. But yeah, y'all are the best. Enough of this Midwestern goodbye. Yeah, Trevor. Most anticipated games of 2025. Now that's way in advance.
Wow.
So that would be like anything that I kickstarted 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, we'll do that a year from now.
Or like it was my joke, Mike. I kickstarted it 2 years ago, so maybe I'll get it in 2025.
Yeah, there you go.
But y'all are the best. Appreciate you. Have a happy new year and be safe. Thanks for watching.
See ya. Thank you.
We'll see you guys.
Good job, Stonemeyer. A 7.3 repeating. Heating.